This is why I was called before a grand jury. This is why they subpoenaed Judicial Watch. It's because we're filing lawsuits like this, because I'm saying things like I'm saying right now, calling out the Justice Department and other federal agencies' abuse and selective prosecution and harassment of President Trump. Judicial Watch has filed a federal lawsuit, one of many that we filed on this issue, against the National Archives, which is, of course, supposed to be the entity that's supposed to preserve for the American people for time immemorial documents, right? And they harassed President Trump without basis for documents he had that were treated, that if for other presidents were treated as personal records, but they changed the rules to target Trump. And that began almost as soon as Trump left office, it turns out. And so what Judicial Watch did, we asked for documents from the archives about how they treated Trump as he left office. Because the evidence is that he was treated differently than other presidents by the deep state operatives running that deep state agency, the archives. So we asked for the following documents. And this is, I think, I'm going to go through this because it's important, because the requests tell you what the issues are with the other sham indictment and prosecution of President Trump as it relates to his presidential records and his personal records. We asked for policies, procedures, regulations, or other documents outlining the archives procedures assisting a U.S. president during transition from office. Records from January 1st, 2009 to the present. So that means, how did they treat Obama versus how did they treat Trump? Coordination with the Department of Defense to assist with inventory, packing, or transport of any records from the White House on November 1st, 2020 to December 1st, 2021. So that means, because Air Force One, or I don't know what it's called after the president leaves office when he's on that government plane that takes him away. But the point is, the military usually shepherds documents around for him. Advice and assistance regarding records provided by the archives to former President Trump, his transitions team, record custodians, or representatives from May 1st, 2020 to July 1st, 2021, so as he's leaving office. Archives employees assisting former President Trump or his representatives inventorying, reviewing, packing, or moving boxes at the White House from November 1st, 2020 to April 1st, 2021. Requests for assistance from former President Trump or his representatives to assist with packing, inventorying, reviewing, or storing records from November 2020 to February 1st, 2022. Archives offering or providing a secure storage location other than the National Archives for records potentially being retained by President Trump or his representatives from November 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2021. NARA inserting placeholder pages in any of the 15 boxes obtained from President Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago from November 1st, 2020 to December 1st, 2022. So that was their analysis of the records that Trump turned over after the archives lawlessly demanded and suggested that he had to turn them over. Consultations with the Office of Director of National Intelligence concerning classification or declassification procedures of any of the alleged classified documents found in the 15 boxes recovered from the former president's home from January 21st, 21 to the present. So that was the whole scheme to look at the records in those boxes and then ex post facto designate them as classified. Because under prior precedent, Justice Department and archives policy, as Judicial Watch uncovered through its Clinton archives litigation, specifically the Clinton sock drawer case, all those records were considered personal, so-called, and not, quote, classified. So when they say they're classified, they don't really mean they're classified because there's a legal argument there. They may be more classified, but they aren't classified because President Trump took them with them and made them his personal records. That's what presidents are able to do under the Constitution and the Presidential Records Act. And you can hear from this lawsuit, we get to the heart of how the Biden archives treated or mistreated and abused Trump and harassed him over these documents. In an April 26 letter to Michael Turner, chairman of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, one of Trump's attorneys, I don't know if he's still his attorney, said the archives unfortunately has become political and declined to provide archival assistance to President Trump's transition team. So they provided him no assistance and then tried to prosecute him for boxes he had. And that's what the issue is, in part. And as I quoted, I'm going to quote myself here. This is what I said in the release. The National Archives is covering up in absolute violation of federal FOIA law the full truth about its selective, abusive targeting of President Trump. So this is why I was called before a grand jury. This is why they subpoenaed Judicial Watch. It's because we're filing lawsuits like this, because I'm saying things like I'm saying right now, calling out the Justice Department and other federal agencies' abuse and selective prosecution and harassment of President Trump. And we're not going to stop. We're going to keep on filing the lawsuits. I'm going to keep on doing these videos. My colleagues are going to keep on sending out the word about what we're doing and educating millions of Americans about this unprecedented corruption here in Washington, D.C. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.